Good morning, fifth graders. Before we begin the lesson for today, I do want to go over the last problem on the Ed Puzzle video from yesterday. I apologize, but I did make an error when I was going over the answer to that problem. Specifically, the last part of it when I asked how much they will save after 10 weeks. I said we were given 5, so I said to just double it. Okay, and here's it right here. But I didn't take into consideration that they were not starting at $0 each. They were starting at $1.25 and $2.75. So unless you start at nothing and you start from that, then you could have doubled it to get to 10 weeks. However, since they're starting at a money option, you cannot double it. So instead, how to find that out, you can either continue adding 50 cents each week until you get 10 weeks. You can do that. Or what I thought of was that, okay, 5 weeks, 50 cents each. So 50 cents, $1, $1.50, $2, $2.50. So 5 weeks, they save $2.50 each. So what I can do, I can add $2.50 to $3.75 and $2.50 to $5.25. And what I end up getting is $6.25 saved for Tim and $7.75 saved for Jill after 10 weeks. So hopefully that clears some things up for you guys. Again, I apologize for that. All right. So today we're going to continue some of our patterns that we're talking about. All right, so right now, I am going to turn to page 819, okay? So what I would suggest is turning to page 819 in your workbook as well and completing this with me, all right? So the problem, it says, during summer vacation, Julie read 45 pages each day. Her brother Brett read 15 pages each day. Complete the tables to show how many pages each of them read after 5 days. What relationship do you notice between the terms in each pattern? All right, so again, I am on page 819. What I would like you to do is complete both of these tables on your own. All right, so day 1, Julie reads 45 pages. Well, day 2, she reads another 45. So you have to count another 45, and so on. Keep adding 45. Now instead, though, Brett is adding 15 each day because he's reading 15 pages. So take this time right now on page 819 and complete both of these tables. All right, so if I were to complete this table for Julie, adding 45 each day, again, some people cannot skip count by 45. So if you would like to do your work on the side, that is totally okay. All right, so 45 plus another 45 is 90. 90 plus another 45 is 135. 135 plus another 45 is 180. 180 plus another 45 is 225. So after 5 weeks, Julie, reading 45 pages each day, has gotten to 225 pages. Now let's look at Brett. 15 plus another 15 pages read is 30. Another 15, 45, 60, and 75 total pages read after 5 days. So now the question is, it says, what relationship do you notice between the terms in each pattern? So look at these terms. What do you notice going from 45 all the way down to 225? And same thing with 15 to 75. Well, something that I notice is that it goes 5, 0, 5, 0, 5 for both of them, okay? You can also mention something like it adds 45 each time, it adds 15 each time, okay? Now, yesterday we were saying that if you're adding the same thing each time, which in this case we are not, okay? But if you are, you always have the same difference between each week or each day, whatever you're dealing with. Now let's look. On day 1, Julie read 45 pages. On day 1, Brett read 15 pages. How many more pages did Julie read than Brett on day 1? Well, 45 minus 15 is 30. So on day 1, Jill Julie had read 30 pages more than Brett. Now let's look at day 2, 90 and 30. How many more pages has Julie read than Brett now on day 2? Well, 60, because 90 minus 30 is 60. So that's not the same amount of pages different on day 1. So keep that in mind that if we look at this, Julie is reading 45 pages each day, getting more and more and more, while Brett is only reading 15. So what do you think is going to happen with the difference between the pages read day by day? What do you think is going to happen compared to day 1 to all the way to day 5? Well, day 1 is only 30, day 2 is 60 difference pages, okay? So my guess with that, and we can see by this chart, is that the gap between the pages read is going to get even larger. All right, so let's look at another example. Right now I'm turning to page 822 in my workbook. Page 822. All right, so this problem, it says, at their family's pizzeria, so I'm on problem 10 on page 822, okay? At their family's pizzeria, Dan makes 8 pizzas in the first hour they are open and 6 pizzas each hour after that. Susan makes 12 pizzas in the first hour and 6 pizzas each hour after that. If the pizzeria is open for 6 hours, how many pizzas will they make in all? Okay, so this is really all about reading directions. So it says the first hour, okay, the first hour, Dan makes 8 pizzas. And the first hour, Susan, so I'll underline 8, the first hour, Susan makes 12 pizzas, okay? But we're not skip counting by 12 or 12 and 8. Because only the first hour they make 8, and then 6 pizzas each hour after that. So we're adding 6 every time after that, okay? And same thing, we're not skip counting by 12 for Susan, because Susan is 12, but then 6 pizzas each hour after that. So we're skip counting, we're adding 6 each time after that. So right now, what I want you guys to do on page 822, I want you to complete this table. And after 6 hours, I want to see what you get for how many pizzas Dan makes and how many pizzas Susan makes. So let's see. He starts at 8 and then he makes 6 every hour after that. So we're going to add 6 each time afterward. Same thing with Susan. So 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 plus 6 more pizzas is 20. 20 plus 6 more pizzas is 26. 26 plus 6 more pizzas is 32. 32 plus 6 more pizzas is 38 pizzas Dan makes after 6 hours. Now let's see Susan. 12 plus 6 more pizzas is 20. 20 plus 6 more pizzas is 26. 26 plus 6 more pizzas is 32. 32 plus 6 more pizzas is 38. And then we have 38 plus 6 more pizzas is 44 pizzas. All right. So number 11 says compare the total number of pizzas made by each person after each hour. Okay. What relationship do you notice? All right. So in this case, the relationship that we notice, look, we are adding 6 each time. So what's something you notice between the number of pizzas Dan makes and the number of pizzas Susan makes each hour? Well, unlike our other problem where we were adding different numbers, we are adding the same number each time. So the difference between the pizzas that each of these kids make is exactly the same number of pizzas each time. It is 6 pizzas. 20 minus 14 is 6. 26 minus 20 is 6. 32 minus 26 is 6. Okay, and that works because we're adding the same number for both of these. All right, so attached to this video is going to be a Google form that has you do some more practice with completing these tables. And again, this is all about kind of following. It says right here, it says rule add 6. So it's almost like you're following rules and just seeing what you need to do in order to get your total answer at the very end or answer some questions in between. All right, so try your best on the Google form that is attached and have a wonderful Tuesday.